Shadow work is the new trend. Everyone online is journaling about their inner child, pulling oracle cards for their trauma, and bragging about their latest shadow breakthroughs. But here's the problem. Most of it isn't shadow work. It's self-soothing cosplay. And worse, it's hurting you. Because shadow work, done wrong, doesn't heal you. It feeds your shadow until it owns you completely. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Tarot Logic, an analytical approach to intuitive reading. Carl Jung coined the term shadow to describe the parts of ourselves we deny, repress, and bury. Shadow work isn't about feeling your feelings or writing affirmations. It's about facing the raw, ugly impulses you'd rather pretend you don't have. Rage, envy, lust, greed, spite, control. Real shadow work means dragging those demons out of the basement, looking them in the eye, and admitting, yes, that's me. The internet has watered shadow work down into Pinterest prompts like, what makes me feel small? What can I forgive myself for today? How can I be more gentle with my inner child? That's not shadow work. That's mood journaling with an Instagram filter. It feels productive, but it avoids the hardest part. When you flirt with shadow work but never go deep, you create a dangerous illusion. You think you've done the work, but you haven't. You tell yourself, I've integrated my anger. Meanwhile, your relationships are still collapsing because you're passive-aggressively punishing everyone who crosses you. Surface-level shadow work is like mopping the floor while the basement floods. It looks clean on top, but the rot underneath is getting worse. If shadow work were really just about journaling prompts, Jung could have saved everyone a lot of time by releasing 52 weeks of self-care stickers. Tarot doesn't let you stay shallow. Pull the devil card and you're forced to confront obsession, addiction, power plays. Pull death and you're forced to admit something in you must die. Pull the moon, and you're staring down delusion and fear. Tarot doesn't ask, how can you love yourself more? Tarot asks, what's eating you alive, and why do you secretly enjoy it? That's shadow work. Why do people run from it? Because true shadow work is humiliating. It strips away the hero fantasy. You realize you're not just a victim. You're also the villain in someone else's story. And nobody wants to post that on Instagram. Here's the kicker. If you try to do shadow work without structure, you can re-traumatize yourself, digging into old wounds with no container, no support, no integration. That's not healing. It's re-injury. And then people wonder why their shadow work leaves them spiraling for weeks. You opened the door to the basement and then just sat in the dark. So how to do it without breaking yourself? Step 1, stop romanticizing it. Shadow work isn't mystical. It's brutal self-inventory. expect it to sting. Step 2. Use tarot as a mirror, not a crutch. Don't just ask, "What's my shadow?" Ask, "What am I refusing to admit, even as I look at this card?" Step 3. Pair it with action. Integration means change. If your shadow is rage, find a safe outlet. If it's control, practice letting go. Don't just realize it, embody the opposite. Step 4. Get containment. Therapy, community, or ritual framework. Without a container, shadow work is just swimming in acid. Shadow work isn't Pinterest quotes. It isn't journaling prompts. It isn't about congratulating yourself for being deep. Real shadow work is terrifying. It's uncomfortable. It forces you to admit you're not as innocent or enlightened as you want to believe. Done wrong, it feeds your shadow and leaves you weaker. Done right, it makes you whole. So stop playing with shadows like they're toys. They're not toys. They're teeth. If this episode stung a little, good. Subscribe to Tarot Logic, where we don't coddle illusions. We dismantle them. Until next time, read with clarity, read with structure, and always read with logic.